What's up, everyone, and welcome back or welcome. This is your first visit. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Matt. On this channel, I review brand new cars. Today, I'm super excited because I get to check out this brand new 2027 Kia Telluride. This is the X-Pro SX Prestige, top of the line model, and thanks to Kia on Atlantic in Jacksonville, I'm going to be able to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. We're going to check it out together from the exterior, interior, see what's underneath the hood, big change, take a look at the technology, push some buttons, turn some knobs, and of course take it for a spin at the end of this video. If you like watching videos like this, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more automotive content. Give me a like, and now let's get back to this. Telluride came out in 2020. It was a massive success right from the get-go. So huge that some people called it the Telluride. Well, did Kia did it again from the first look? I'd say yes, but let's take a closer look and see what we have. And right away you can see that this is a completely different vehicle. It has more luxury vibes than on the previous Tellurides. We have the new sheet metal. This is dressed in this wolf gray color that we've seen on Kias before. Completely brand new front end. All of the lights, the amber running lights, turn signals. We have the projector LED headlamps. We have this brand new grille Kia logo front facing camera at the bottom. You'll find 2 recovery hooks in the front, 2 in the back. This one being the X Pro, we have the increased 9.1 inches of ground clearance to help you get to your campsite, maybe do slight off-roading. And the biggest change, I think, is what's underneath the hood. So let's pop it open and find out what it is. For 2027 model year, Kia decided to drop the V6, and now we have 2 4-cylinder powertrains. This is the base one. The second one, hybrid, is not out yet. It's coming soon. This is 2.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged engine producing 274 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque, which is about 50 more pound-feet of torque than the outgoing generation that has made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. This one, being an all-wheel drive, has a gas mileage of about 19 combined. So just about the same as on the previous gen V6. If you want more horsepower and if you want a better gas mileage, definitely check out the hybrid that's going to be coming out soon. If it's the same as the Palisade, it's going to get you about 35 miles per gallon. Now we have 2 hood struts, sound insulation, and we're going to definitely check out the ride quality and the driving dynamics at the end of this video. But before we do that, let's talk about the dimensions of this vehicle. Total length, 199.2, just slightly bigger than the outgoing generation. Width at 78.3, 71.5 is the height. And we have a wheelbase of 116.9 inches, 9.1 inches of ground clearance. Let's take a closer look at this vehicle and see what's going on as far as the wheel and tire setup. So we have the off-road tuned suspensions on this X Pro package. We also have the specific to the trim rims. They're kind of that matte or satin black rims with more knobby tires. Now we have the 255/60 on 18-inch rim right here in the front. We have some shiny black cladding around the wheels as well as at the bottom portion of this vehicle. As you can see, it continues all throughout. Now, shiny black mirrors, they're fully loaded. We have the turn signals right here, side view camera, blind spot assist. Now we have this new style handles. See, they pop out from the car like we've seen on the EV9 before. And now we have the shiny black surroundings of the windows, shiny black A-B pillars, and then a shiny black roof rails as well. Now it has has the rear self-leveling suspension on this top of the line trim. And let's take a closer look and see what's going on right here in the back, because this one, when I first saw that, if I didn't see the logo on it, I definitely would have thought that I'm looking at the Range Rover. Absolutely love the lights on it. They're small, but they're so bright and visible. They don't do this crazy dance. This is a different camera frame rate, so don't ask me how it's done. We have the Telluride that's spelled out right here in the back, large Kia logo. One of the cameras is down here. This is your regular rear view camera. Now this is for your digital mirror. As you can see, the brake light is incorporated in this gate spoiler. Shiny black bottom portion of the bumper, 2 recovery hooks, and if it had a tow hitch, which I'm not sure, it might have it, 5,000 pounds towing capacity on this internal combustion engine. The hybrid's going to have it reduced. Now, of course, we have the power lift gate. So let's push the button, open it up, and let's see what's here. And as far as the cargo volume, let's talk numbers. 22.3 behind the third row seat, 48.7 and total of 89.3. Again, it is not the largest in its class, but it is larger than on the previous generation. Let me take this out, see what's underneath here. So we have a little bit more storage. If you want to store something out of sight, that's definitely a place to do it. Now, does that have the rear tire? I hope it does, because we're looking at it does. We're looking at the off-road vehicle, so it should have it in case you get stuck off the beaten path. Inside this compartment, we have a regular household power outlet. We have the 60-40 split on the seats, a regular 12-volt power outlet. And now the seats are folded down. By pulling on this strap, we can let these go. So that's with the third row seats folded down. And this being a top of the line trim, you push the button to fold down the middle row seats. I have to hold it down. What's going on here? Definitely wasn't spring loaded enough, so it didn't fall down by itself. And look at this, up on top, not one but 2 sunroofs. We have this suede looking headliner, a bunch of vents for the third row passengers, second row passengers. The third row passengers also have their own charging and cup holders, and the same thing on the other side. Now, one cool feature too, now it has the gate light right here. You can turn this on, so in case you're doing some tailgating or need an extra illumination while getting in and getting your stuff out of that, that's here for you. And of course, we can close it, or we can automatically close this gate as well as soon as we walk away. And then here is another LED light, kind of a warning light for somebody that might not see that. Let's check it out and see what's going on in the third row seat. And of course, a couple of ways to get into this third row seat. The one way would be go in between the seats, probably easier one. But if you want the seat moved, you can do that. Push the button. The seat is spring loaded, kind of gets out of the way. And now let's see how much room I'll have in this third row seat. Now it is higher than I anticipated. So yes, first of all, as far as the headroom, well, okay, take my sunglasses off. I don't know if you can see it. I am not touching, but I'm pretty close as far as my headroom, maybe an inch above my head. Now, important thing is, of course, the legroom. If I had the seat all the way back, see, I'm not even locking in, but I would definitely smash my knees. But if I lock it in a little bit closer position, as such, I have about half an inch in front of my legs, and it looks like I'll still have enough room in a second row seat if I sat there. Now, as far as the shoulder room, good enough for 2 people, not as much for 3. And one thing Kia claims they improved is the roominess in the second row seat, and there's definitely no shortage of room. I'm all the way back as far as pushing the seat backwards. I have plenty of headroom, about 2.5, maybe 3 inches. Now keep in mind that this has this sunroof right here in the back, and I have plenty of shoulder room. There is an armrest. Can it be adjusted? Yep, right here. So definitely comfortable sitting position. My feet fit nicely in the footwells. Down below, no complaints here. I'm going to start with this rear door panel for the interior tour, but I also want to point out that the gas tank door is on the driver's side. And here's what we have. This is all nice and soft materials used for it. This is not a real leather. It's the syntax material that Kia is using. We have a manual sunshade for the rear passengers. We also have the heated and ventilated seats. The door handle is right here, a little bit different than what we've seen before. And as far as the stereo, we have the Meridian surround sound stereo, so definitely a premium stereo for this. Now let's get inside and check out the seats. Now the seats, they're Syntax and suede, a combination. They're perforated because they're ventilated, so they need to have the openings to let the air through. And then of course we have the armrests here. In both seat back we have an extra storage. We have the USB Type-C ports, 2 cup holders here. And check this out, guys. Now if you wanted to have a little shelf to put whatever you want, it's here. But if you want to have an extra storage, that's here as well. So more storage underneath this console, and that's possible because they moved it up here, so you have your own climate control settings here. You can select your temperature, auto settings, fan speed, etc. I'm gonna actually turn the fan down because that's gonna interfere with that video. Vents are up there, an extra illumination, and look at the seats too. I didn't show you this, but these have these hangers basically, so you can put something, maybe like an iPad or something in the back of it. I think that's the general idea. And of course the grab handle to help you get in and out of this vehicle. Let's see what's going on in the front. It's really where the fun part begins, but I want to check the sound of the closing door. Nice, heavy and solid, does not disappoint. I'm trying to look for stuff that I don't like about this car. I haven't found it yet. So here is the front door panel, kind of the same setup. We see the window mirror lock controls, but check this out. We have the heated, ventilated seats, 2 memory seat settings, heated steering wheel, and massaging seat. What non-luxury vehicle does it? Now we also have the window mirror lock controls, door handle, Meridian speaker, one over here, the Twitter. Now, as far as the seats, we have multitude of buttons here to control it. Let's check this out. We even have this tie support that opens up for those taller people that need an extra support underneath your knees, basically. Now, we have the bottom portion, top portion control. Here's the lumbar support here. And then the seats are nicely bolstered. Again, they're heated and ventilated. We have the X-Pro that's embroidered in. We have the speakers right here and the headrest as well. Check this out. As far as the pedals, we have the aluminum and rubber, electronic parking brake, dimmer, hold to open up the rear gate, traction control off, start stop button, you can turn off that feature, and the tow mode. Now as far as the steering wheel, look at this, power, tilt and telescoping. Let me get inside because there's a lot more to see on this interior. Let's start with the sound of the closing door from the interior here. Boom. That is just as solid as it is on the exterior. And here's the interior of this brand new Telluride 2027 model year. Guys, I gotta tell you, it feels like it's definitely a lot more expensive than it is, and we'll touch on the pricing later on in the video. So what we have some vents on the side. This is nice and soft material. This kind of imitates the wood grain trim in black, and we have the soft touch right on top in the dashboard. We have the 2 large screens connected, making it one. A large head-up display on top. And let's take a look at this steering wheel. Kia logo on the side. We have a whole bunch of buttons on the left hand side. Cruise control, adaptive cruise control. We have the menu function that allows you to change stuff on the display. We also have the lane keep assist, seek, track, OK, and then this is a scroll button. Of course, mode and star are both customizable, so you can set up to some of the pre-assigned functions that you can find. I'll show you that how it's done. We have the phone button, volume control, mute, drive mode, terrain mode, and here's a shifter. Similar to what we've seen on the Hyundais, you pull it away from you or push it away from you, goes to drive, pull it towards you, goes to reverse, push it to engage the park. And here is digital instrument cluster. Let's check this out, guys. So this is the standard settings. Left hand side you have the miles per hour, right hand side you have the tachometer. At the bottom you see we're almost empty on gas, 49 degrees outside. You have the temperature gauge, and then let's see what else we have. You push the button, you have the pitch and roll on the left hand side. Right there in the middle you have the turning radius right here, the turning angle. You also see the torque distribution. On the right hand side, oil temperature, trans temperature, and again, this is your tachometer. You press it one more time, you have another option in here. That's your current trip basically. We have the compass, we have the lane keep assist. Now back to the same thing. Now pretty cool feature, turn the steering wheel to the right. You have the blind spot assist, the blind spot view monitor basically on the right hand side. Same thing on the left hand side. One of my favorite features, Hyundai's been using that for a few years now. So let's see what else is going on. Moving on to the side. So you have your climate control settings. Okay, so you have your fan control. You can sync it, unsync it, some shortcuts of it. You have more shortcuts, well, don't worry about it. It says hello, let's get this party started. So let's see what's going on as far as the infotainment system. And I just done it, so I'm not sure why it's asking me to agree to it again. Maybe until you actually do it. Cancel Kia activation. Yes, we're not gonna do that. Good morning, drive safely, thank you very much. No, we don't need gas stations. I know where one is, and I've already driven this vehicle, so we should be okay. So as far as the main menu, your map, this is the built-in map. Of course, you can use your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, whichever one you prefer, but that's what Kia gives you standard with this model. As far as your audio, we have the Sirius XM, FM, AM. You can stream through your phone as well. I gotta tell you, this stereo sounds really, really good. I wish I could play it for you, but due to the YouTube copyright policies, they're gonna demonetize it, and we wouldn't want that, right? Now, as far as the off-road settings, this is a pretty cool and new feature. I haven't seen that on Tellurides before. So it gives you pretty much everything. Look at this. I think those tires are way overinflated. What do you think? 47, 46? I'd have to look at the door jambs to see what they should be. But pitch and roll, so that gives you that percentage there. The steering wheel angle as I turn it, that you can see. Then you have the oil temperature, transmission temperature, engine temperature, and then we have the battery voltage. And we said the four-wheel drive and automatic terrain mode is off. And we'll switch the terrain mode to, let's say, snow. It's going to change that as well. Mud and sand. That's going to change that too. And then that sets it in automatic essentially. Now what else we have? We have other drive modes, but let's stick to it. We'll get back to the drive modes. And let's see what else we have as far as the features here. So trailer, we have the trailering mode up to 5,000 pounds towing capacity, and you can engage this here. Assign the trailer, phone projections. You can watch YouTube, so I mean, if you sign in, you can actually watch maybe some of my videos, hopefully. Entertainment, setup. In setup, there's usually a ton of options here. So cluster head-up display, let's take a look and see what the cluster theme selection is. We can do the circle display, and we can have the simple display. So this is a circle and this is a simple display here. Now we can do a style A, B, and C. Essentially that's what's going to display depending on which one you choose from. And let's go back to this main menu. Buttons, this is where you can assign different functions to the buttons. We have plenty of them on the steering wheel, volume knob, etc. You can select the functions that you want to do that. Go back to the general system info, daytime, units, media option, and reset. So this is just your general functions here, the general settings, screen layout, display, sound device connection, voice recognition. You know, what I was really looking for is the lights, and they're right here. So let's see if we have ambient lighting. So set the brightness of the cabin mood lighting. Now what I've heard they're doing is they have this experiences and that allow you to we're gonna unlink it to the drive mode and see if we can select the color, and there's several different colors. Okay, yeah, but where's the ambient lighting? It is right here. I can see that. It should of course be somewhere underneath here as well. So definitely there's some ambient lighting. Would be nice to see it at night. Maybe at one point I'll do like the video. Now we have the different settings for the lights. Ground lighting enables, disables the ground lighting. is available where in park. So we're gonna turn that on, and it's gonna kind of give you that illumination below the vehicle. Welcome mirror light, lighting patterns, active. Check this out. Technical and solid. So that's when they blink, that's what they do. Complete. There you go. I'm gonna leave it at that. And let's move out from the lighting, convenience, lights, doors. Now, as far as more features on it, we can spend a day here trying to figure all of this out. The seats, lights, door, climate, okay, buttons, cluster, data, network, display. Let's go back to this entertainment setup. And yeah, I don't want to display it. Now, from what I read, that this vehicle is capable of displaying like the different NBA themes, logos, and ambient lighting that switches all. I can't find it. Maybe when I have a little bit more time, I'll come back and play around with it. Vehicle diagnostics, connected garage, so you can connect your garage through here. I don't see any other system here like the HomeLink system. Now, one important thing, of course, let's put it in reverse and let's see what's going on here. So we have this rear view camera, trajectory lines, front and rear. As far as the top down view, so you can see, I would definitely go on that in the bushes while turning and backing up from that, so that's a good thing to have. An indication. Now we have the 360 view. You can move it around. Good looking vehicle, right? You have some settings in here. Parking distance warning, top view parking guidelines, rear view parking guidelines. Let's get out of here. Let me actually put it in park, and we're going to turn this camera on, and this is for your parking assist. Let's not show that again, but I want to see, this is the front view camera. We have certain angles here. If I start driving, does it have the ability to see what's underneath the hood? I don't see that, even though this was advertised, so maybe there's another feature that needs to be enabled for me to see that. But then we have the side camera, the wide angle, the whole 9 yards. And let's put this back in park. Let's see what other features in that camera mode we have. But that is pretty much it. The camera is nice and clean. There's no issues with this. Home, map, search, media, setup. Here's your volume and power button. So the radio sounds really good. Another shortcuts for your climate control settings, temperature, fan, hazard lights, mode, temperature again. Then we have 2 wireless charging pads, not one, but usually you drive with somebody, so you have 2. But it was enough. You have 2 USB type C ports, and then you have the auto hold for your brakes, hill descent assist, that's where you turn on your camera. And then here you have the disappearing cup holders. We've seen that on some of the other Hyundai and Kia models. Boom, if you want to maximize the storage space, you do this, and you can actually close this off as well. Push this in, boom, that closes. Looks pretty sharp. Now I also have the grab handles, just in case you need to grab to the handles, grab for your life. And then the cup holders can be opened up again. There's a button here opening up this middle console. Not much room here, but remember, there's more storage underneath it with that drawer for the rear seats. The regular glove box here, and up on top we have this digital rear view mirror. So we've seen that second camera up on top, and then we have the HomeLink button. So yeah, there's a HomeLink button. Pull press to switch between view modes, press for brightness and tilt menu, press to adjust the item. So yeah, definitely lots of adjustments here for that rear view camera. And then what we have, why is it showing me some purple here? There's no purple on this guy, so if you see that, that's not true. And then as far as the sunroofs, okay, first of all, as far as the lights, LED lights, very nice. And as far as the sunroofs, you can open up just the cover, let's say for the rear sunroof right here, because that's fixed, right? That's only gets you air. I mean, that's only gets you lights, not air. And then you can slide open this front sunroof. and it's gonna can give you light and air. So pretty cool. Slight windscreen, and then we still have some wrapping on it, but we have the mirrors with the visors here. This vehicle just came in. They like literally just got done with the PDI, and they were nice enough to let me do a video of it. So here's the interior of this brand new 2027 Kia Telluride. Let me know what you think about it. Let's talk about pricing and take it for a spin. And as far as the different models, it starts with the LX, the cheapest model, front-wheel drive, $39,190. The S is another trim, $42,090. It adds some more features, and you can have an all-wheel drive with it for an additional $2,000. EX is $43,790, and again, for $2,000, you can add an all-wheel drive. X-Line EX comes standard with the all-wheel drive. It's at $47,290. Then we have the SX at $48,790. That's an all-wheel drive. An X-Line SX, $51,790. And then we have an SX Prestige, includes all-wheel drive. That's at $53,890. That used to be the most expensive trim, but no longer. We have an X-Line SX Prestige at $54,890. And finally, the X-Pro SX Prestige, which I'm sitting in right now. It's $56,790 plus destination charge, plus a couple options that are on this particular one that I'm going to list in this video, but less than $60,000. You have all of the luxury features that you can dream of, some of them you can't even get on the high-end luxury vehicles. Let me actually turn on the massaging seats, and let's get comfortable because we're going for a spin. And first thing that we're going to check out is, of course, the turning of this almost 200 inches long vehicle. Normally, I get about 4.5, 4 3/4 parking spots in my non-scientific experiment where I count the parking spots to see how this vehicle's turn around. Steering wheel all the way to the left. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and good half, maybe even 3/4. I don't know how you count it, but yeah, it's about 4 3/4 as far as the parking spots. Not bad. One more thing, we're going to check this out here. I'm going to put it in the drive mode, which is sport, a little bit sportier, and we're going to see the body roll on this vehicle. Empty parking lot, nobody here. We're not going to go fast. We're going to start making some sudden... Actually, that is pretty darn good. Yeah, I mean, it's not going all over the place. It's pretty steady for a vehicle this size. So nice suspension as far as that. Now it has this rear self-leveling suspension. I guess that's more for trailering or having more cargo so the vehicle doesn't sag. And then we're going to take it on the road, check out the acceleration, merging in traffic, overall feel for this vehicle. So I stepped on it and you can hear the engine right away. It's been a while since I sat in the like 2025 or 24 Telluride, so I forgot how that sounds. Comparison to the naturally aspirated engine, that 2.5 liter turbo 4 is going to be a little louder, I suspect. 274 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. We're going to see how that drives. And one more thing, that massaging seat, I mean, I know, I get it, that's a cool gimmick, but it doesn't have the same massage function as you'll find, for example, in their Genesis model, in the higher trim levels, or maybe even on like the German vehicles. Now it has a couple different massage functions, because I'm switching that as I'm talking to you right now, and it has this lumbar that pushes in and out. It has the regular massage. What does this do? This one just kind of wave massage underneath my butt, right? Okay, well, that's not bad. And this is it. I think there's 3 different ones. So is this the vehicle to buy? Well, I don't know. You guys tell me. So far, I mean, on the exterior, it looks great. On the interior, it has pretty much all of the technology, all of the features that one would ever want. It has the looks, it has the space. The price is not out of the market, right? I mean, we're talking about $60,000 for a fully loaded vehicle. Now, I know for some of you that haven't looked at the Kia lately, $60,000 for a Kia might sound absurd, but they really came a long, long way since they started. In the 90s, they were these biodegradable vehicles that really nobody wanted. I mean, you bought them because they were cheap, but they would break down. And then they came through this period of time when they started developing newer and newer models with the, I believe Optima was the one that really put them on the map, and the Sportage started getting better, and all of the other models too. Now we have the Telluride. Since 2020, it's been one of the best-selling mid-size SUVs on the market right now. You see them practically everywhere, and it's very recognizable, as this will be as well. This doesn't look like the new Palisade. It doesn't look like the Pilot or Grand Highlander or Mazda, which is great because each of them has certain characteristics that you might like or not. But having this on the road and getting it up to speed, it's actually very nice and quiet inside. The cabin is spacious. The mirrors are good size. I love this digital mirror. And then, you know, no issues as far as the visibility, as far as the blind spots. Not bad, normal. The one last thing to check really is the acceleration off the line. It is a brand new car. We're not going to beat on it. It has a few miles on it only. But I'm curious of how that pickup is and how loud the cabin gets when you start it. Now that of course is going to change when the hybrid comes in. With the Palisade hybrid, which is the same powertrain, it's very impressive with 330 horsepower and 35 miles to a gallon. That's something that a lot of families are looking for. We have 2025 Honda Pilot as our personal vehicle, and it's a great vehicle, but we get about 20 miles to a gallon. And if we can get the same space, more technology, and 35 miles to a gallon, this might be the route for many to go. Will it be for you? Well, you're gonna let me know. But before you do that, let's check out this acceleration. Here's the thing, there's really nobody behind me. I'm gonna stop right here. Got about 45 miles per hour limit. Let's go. It is not the most exhilarating acceleration. It does the job. It does it pretty loud, not gonna lie. You can definitely hear this Turbo 4 working for it to move the weight of this vehicle. But it gets to speed, and as soon as it does, you know, it gets quiet. So let's face it, not everybody is gonna floor it from the light. As a matter of fact, I almost never do it unless I get in the new car and kind of want to test it out. Because to me, the more important aspect of the acceleration is whether it's safe or not merging in traffic. Now, of course, we're looking at a sports car. If we were looking at the AMGs, yes, that's the important part because that's the segment that it competes with. As far as the regular family SUV, is it safe? Is it spacious? Does it have a good gas mileage? Does it have the technology that we want? And these are my main objectives when looking for a vehicle. What are yours, guys? Let me know what you think about this 2027 Kia Telluride. By the way, if you're looking for 2026, you will not find one because Telluride skipped the year, and now we're in January of 2026. Looking at a 2027 model year. Anywhere else in the world, this vehicle would be 2026 because they go by the manufacturer date, not the model year as we do here in the United States. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like anything about this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel for more automotive content, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.